Hello, world. Welcome, 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 or welcome back. I'm Goddess Dawn. What is today? Is it Friday? I think it's Friday, March 27th, 2020. And I'm live, baby. Yeah, ringing bells all day for the truth and for what's good and what's right. Yep. I want to say hello to my wonderful mods, my sisters, Priscilla, yada yada. Thank you guys for being here. What's happening, Aliyah? Hey to you too. So yeah, I'm Goddess Dawn, MD, your spiritual practitioner, and I'm here to check your temperature today. I want to know what is going on with you, because there sure is a lot going on out in the world. But yeah, we're going to let a minute or so pass just so a couple people can come in. Warrior Nation, Truth Warriors, the ones who stand for victims and survivors. Stand for victims and stand with survivors. Mike, nice. You're driving. Please be safe. And why are you out and about? Maybe you're an essential worker. Shannon Palmer, welcome. Peter Forever, hey to you. Thai Team Truth, what's cracking? I hope all of you are doing well during this very strange and different time that we're experiencing right now. So yeah, we're going to talk about Rico Kelly asking for bond. Hey, Wayne, welcome back. Yes, ringing bells for all y'all. What's up, SpongeBob Steve? Hello to you. Joe Crow is free. R. Kelly, welcome. You're free to express your opinion. Neek 3T, welcome back. I'm so glad to see you guys. Or to, you know how we do over here. You not seeing me is you seeing me. If you know me by now, you know me and you love me, right? Let me stop before I lose the little few of you that I do have. But yeah, I'm just coming on today. My intention was actually to go on like every day. I'm going hard. I'm gonna be on YouTube every day. Go live, talk about all the stuff that's going on. But you know what? To be honest, I really have been taking time to go really much more deeper than usual within. Miss Kim, my sis, welcome back. Catalina, hello to you. Just making sure I catch all you guys. If you haven't done so, please hit the like button for me. Let me know, that you are here and present. And if you're new or if you haven't subscribed, new or not, please do so. I appreciate you. So let's see. I'm going to try to stay on point. I have notes and all, so I can, touch on the things that were coming to mind before coming on. And I also want to hear from you guys. I want to know what's going on with you guys. And we'll get into all of that. Probably even do call-ins too. So let's see. Yeah, it's a whole new world, warriors. A lot of us, probably most of us, all over the world are affected in some way, shape, or form by the current state of affairs. The COVID-19 pandemic, coronavirus outbreak, the Rona, whatever you're calling it, it's hitting us. And it's hitting us hard. But is it really? There's a lot of conspiracies out there. I'm not really going to get into this conspiracy theories. But, I may say a couple things, but I'm not going to dive deep. Because there's people dying, So the virus, it's getting I think it's getting a bad rap. Because it's been proven that this virus has already existed years prior to this pandemic, it has been listed on cleaning labels as something that can clean the coronavirus. People were pointing this out earlier on. So I feel that personally that this thing has been enhanced, remixed, and then this name got slapped on it. We're gonna remix the corona. They're pulling like RNA. They're doing RNA extractions as a part of the testing. I don't know about all that stuff. Vaccines and all that makes me really leery. I'm not lining up for it. I'm tell you that. So I'm still here, y'all. I'm looking at the chat and I'm looking at my notes. You know me. Let's see. So yeah, I just think it's an enhanced thing that's going on here. Bio warfare is what they call it. Because politically, there's a lot of things behind the curtain that has been going on, and now we're here. Because this flu or virus has been mild in comparison to others that have attacked in the past. The bird flu, SARS, Ebola, and even HIV. And you didn't ever see this happening, right? Where they're telling people to stay in. I mean, they're really serious about these stay at home, orders. And well, at least my state is. And that's the other thing. I don't hear a lot about any smaller cities or smaller areas on the map. I don't know what's going on out there. Is the same thing that I'm experiencing? Is it going on with where you're at in your town? Lola Patton, welcome back. Shannon Palmer, also, if I haven't spoken, I don't think I had. Queen Esther, welcome. So yeah, I'm just, I'm locked down at the house. And I think here, we don't have a curfew from what I know, but, they really are saying only go out for groceries or medicine. Also, obviously if you have to go to the doctor, hospital. But outside of that, they done shut down the beaches, the parks, because they were saying, oh yeah, go hike, and it's fine to go outside, walk your dog. And then they're seeing that all of these places, the beaches, the parks, the hiking trails are packed with people going against everything they're trying to accomplish, right? So as of today, I'm hearing all that out here, at least I'm in California, is all shut a TF down. If you guys experience any echoing, because I notice on playback, it echoes in and out. I personally feel like that's me vibrating real high. And I did not say vibrator, so don't get in my comments and get nasty with me. But I feel like, I'm just, I'm buzzing right now. I'm vibrating real high. Like I said, I've been spending this time in deep devotion and meditations. I've been doing a lot of cleansing, and that's body and home. My mind also, just trying to revamp, clean some stuff out. It's still that time, we're in March, end of March, end of March. And we have a lot of planetary things that are lining up with what's happening in the world. I'm going to touch a little bit on that. Priscilla says she's starting to think we all may have been exposed or may be exposed. I'm going to tell you, I think this thing has already passed through me. I feel like my former boss was sick for like 2 months. I mean, really December and January, I believe. And she kept coming in and out because she was so sick she'd have to go home, but she'd still come in and I feel like I've had some body aches and things like that. It just kind of came and went though over a course of a few days. I didn't have like a serious cough or any breathing problems. But I do agree, Priscilla, that, this thing probably just passes through, and some people make it and some people don't. It affects everybody differently. I'm buffering a little, Aaliyah. Okay. Well, hopefully this thing goes smoothly, because I'm not very, I'm technical when I need to be. But, So let's see, where was I at here? There have been a lot of, federal and statewide press conferences over the past week. A lot of info has been discussed. A lot of restrictions have been implemented. When I was here on live last week, I think it was like early morning, Sunday morning, I spoke on the stay at home from work unless you are an essential employee order. I don't know how many of you are still going to work. I personally am not. Oh yeah, Priscilla's telling me points of attraction. I'm going to touch on those again also. But please hit the like button if you haven't done so. Give me some love. And that's another reason that we're here, right? Give each other some love. Let each other know it's going to be all right. I know a lot of you guys are, in the house board, in the house board. I'm in the house board, in the house board. I don't remember how the song goes. If I see one more TikTok of Savage or the Wiz Khalifa song, I swear I'm logging off for good. But, and I mean on Instagram, because I'm not even on TikTok like that. I know it's fun and all. I just feel like, God, there's so much going on. People are just dancing through it, Oh yeah, we're going to talk about R. Kelly. Let me just get there. We going to get there. So, like I said, a lot of restrictions have been implemented. And when I was here on live last week, we spoke on stay-at-home orders and the closures of schools. Students are finishing out their year online, sending a lot of love and light out to all the seniors who will not experience a traditional graduation. I think that's kind of messed up. Okay, I'm echoing, I'm being told. I don't know. It could be the mic. I'm gonna just push through it. So, but yeah, a lot of seniors, no, I don't think any seniors are going to be having any traditional graduation ceremonies this year or this term. And, and all the celebrations that go with that. There's brunches, there's dinners, there's parties, there's a lot of celebrations around this time of year. What about proms? Proms are usually around May, right? April, May. If this thing is what it is now, that won't be happening. Anybody who is in that space right now is a senior in any type of school, high school, even at elementary level schools. Obviously college, that's a very important marker in life. Worked really hard to get there, and then this happens. So if your generation is going to be in the history books. So document your experiences, how your lives were changed in the blink of an eye. Actually, that goes for all of us. It's a historical, or really a hysterical, but also a historical time. But it's a very also creative time. And so we should all be creating things so that we can look back at this time and know that this is when we've uncovered something within ourselves, or when we tapped into a creativity or intuition or knowledge, even sensuality. Explore yourself, inner and outer, honoring, yourself is important. And you can do that just by spending quiet time alone. Take inventory of your mind, What kind of thoughts come to your head when you're sitting in quiet space? No phone, no TV, no people, no type of distractions. This is where you begin. You make note of the thoughts that come in. This will help you determine what areas you need to grow in and what maybe even parts you need to activate. But speaking of sitting quiet, R. Kelly, he should have had plenty of time to take self-inventory and make necessary improvements. Do you think he has, or that he will? Doubtful. Very doubtful. So my phone is ringing and I want to go off on this person so bad. I just told this person I'm going live. I don't want to show y'all that part of me. So I won't do it. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Miss Kim, I've been doing my meditation and saging and self-reflecting, brainstorming, and self-peace. Very good, very good. Lola, Corona gonna end up for better or for worse. It's definitely a game changer. Yep. Katina, welcome if I haven't already spoken. Aliye, I swear R. Kelly uses everything as an excuse to get out. He doesn't get it. He ain't never getting out. He been in jail almost a year anyway. Why they keep asking when he's told no every time? Well, if you guys recall, he had a hearing back on March 5th, and at that time, it was on the docket for him to request bond. His attorneys took it off of the calendar and even stated, because I have the transcript, Greenberg even stated, I don't know how that even got on the docket. You put it on the docket and realized that he wasn't going to get it when that superseding indictment hit y'all in the head. So, you know, that whole acting stupid thing that he does, it's just really embarrassing. It should be, at least. But yeah, so R. Kelly's defense attorney, Steve Greenberg, filed motion in Illinois, and the other attorney in New York filed one in New York yesterday. Yesterday's the 26th. To release him on bond due to the threat of COVID-19, saying that he is, they said, due to his age and due to illnesses. Same thing I said on my live. I feel like they listen to my live and they go, you know what? She actually might have something there. No, I'm kidding, of course. But I just do feel like we already talked about this and how we were expecting. I feel like we were expecting this. Okay? I don't think it's going to work. What makes him so special? I mean, if it works for him, why wouldn't it work for every other person in jail? Whether or not he is facing trial or convicted or whatever, he's in jail. He's in jail for a reason. He's been denied bond 2-3 times at this point. You know, but go for it. If you feel like, if y'all want to file these motions and show publicly, you know, how much he really is by continuing to get denied, then you do that. I know that the bail motion in Illinois asked that the judge hold off on the order until the New York judge made their call, because they said they didn't want him to get released in Illinois and then get denied in New York and have to go then to the New York jail, which would be worse for him. So when I read that, I felt that they put that out there to the judge, because I feel that Illinois judge is a little soft. He is a little soft, Lena Weber. And reading, I was reading the transcript for that March 5th hearing, and he just didn't seem very present or very informed. You know, he was asking things, and the prosecution had to remind him, yeah, it was in our response, A, B, and C. You know, it's as if he wasn't like really paying attention. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. This guy is, you know, we know what the situation is, right? You guys be having whole other conversations. Let's see. Yes, Lola, I agree. He is a walking virus. I actually have that in my notes. He is a virus himself, the R. Kelly virus. Katina, okay, what about Bill Cosby? I could see him getting bail before R. Kelly. Yeah, I don't even know that Bill Cosby asked for bail. He might like it in there. Sometimes, you know, he said he's like in a penthouse as far as the jail is concerned, meaning I'm talking Bill Cosby. Lola, arrogant ass, narcissistic ass, knuckle, walking disease. Yeah, I agree. All right, so let's see, where are we at here? Talking about R. Kelly and that he is asking to be released due to threat of COVID-19, aka the coronavirus, aka the Rona. And pretty much, I think that we all agree that it's a ridiculous request. It was listed that he is asking to move to an apartment where Joycelyn would be also living, his girlfriend. They're not even married. Like, I could see if it was his wife and he had kids and he's trying to go home and be with his family, which he actually does have kids an ex-wife, granted, but we don't ever see anything about the children or his kids in his court motions, do we? He trying to get to Joycelyn. So, yeah, and they exposed the address. I don't know why they would do that. I mean, I'm sure it's in the court filing, but for the media or whoever put that out to put that information out there was not that smart. Unless it was some type of strategy, maybe a reason that, I don't know. Who knows? But we all know that if this guy gets out, we can play the game right now. What would happen if R. Kelly were to get out on bail because of the threat of the COVID-19? Would that open the door for a bunch of other privileged prisoners or jailbirds to get out also? So behind him, I mean, I understand they are letting people out. People with like traffic tickets or, minor misdemeanors, non-threats. But he's a major threat, and we know that. This is why he hasn't been getting bail in the first place. He's being charged with coercion for the last trial and bribery, kidnapping. He got all kind of charges. Like, why would we let this guy back out on the street? Yeah, and then we have Azriel out there. Is she going to be safe? Is Joycelyn going to be safe in there with him? And I hate to bring up the suicide pact, but that thing still rings a bell in my head. This thing has been brought up over and over by different people who have dealt with him. So if you allow this man to go home, quote unquote home, and live with his girlfriend Joycelyn, who knows what he'd be capable of doing. So I think that the judges should know better than to allow something like this to happen. And I'm not going to, lose any sleep over it because I don't believe he's getting out. Period, Pooh. So what's up? Oh, hey, D. The engaged one. Welcome back. How are you guys faring in this new world we're living in, though? Are you guys staying in the house? Are you in the house with a bunch of people you don't want to be around? Valerie G, welcome back, or welcome. Hopefully he would catch coronavirus if he gets out. Yeah, of course, he get it and he give it to Joycelyn, right? Give it to all the people around him. Della, welcome back. All right, so back to the isolation. I know some of you guys are in that house. I actually tweeted something about it. And follow me on Twitter if you're on Twitter, or if you're even not on Twitter and you're thinking about getting on Twitter. Once you do, follow me at Goddess Dawn, the number 3. So I tweeted, during this period of self-isolation, some of y'all are at home with folks you're not used to spending so much time with. Aside from being loving and kind, take this time to create strong boundaries and to also learn to control your triggers, which are surely being set off right about now. Be nice. Okay, so, and I tweeted that because I was looking at the news. They were talking about how domestic violence cases, reports have increased, have spiked during this past couple weeks. So, and imagine the children who are being put in a position to, be caught up in that too. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, Marcus. Good to see ya. Good to see you. It's good to see you guys because that tells me everybody's doing good, If you're here, that means you're doing all right. Lola said, quit both my jobs, semi-quarantine. I ain't working in this mess. You had to quit though. Wow. They said unemployment is like spiked. It's at like 3.3 million nationwide, I think. Aaliyah says, I'm bored, broke, and I want to go back to work. Okay. Well, don't claim brokenness now and boredom. You should never be bored. There's so much to do. I find that I'm I'm thinking I'm going to just be leisurely. I'm going to watch this movie, that movie. But I realized there's a lot of reading that I wanted to catch up on. And I have so much of it, it's hard for me to just like prioritize what I want to do. And then next thing I know, it's down for a nap, get up, I'm hungry. Like, what's on TV? My housewives on, I'm saying. But it takes time to settle into a pattern. So just give yourself some time. Make sure, like I said last live, Make sure you're still keeping some type of structure, routine. You wiping you cleaning yourself up, taking bath showers, and washing your, doing what you're supposed to do. Stay clean. Let's see. Let me get back. Let me roll up the chat so it's moving a little fast. We miss you too, Della. I'm glad you made it. Oh, Dee, you had to postpone the wedding. Oh man. Okay, well, postponement is good, not a cancellation. That's a whole different ball game. But it's gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be fine. And just, it's really time for gratitude that you even have that significant person in your life. So Lola says, I read about in the news how domestic violence has escalated. Yeah. So praying for all the people dealing with these type of horrible circumstances, and especially being told to stay in the house or, stay around, the same people so that you're not spreading it. So you're not really even supposed to be going from here to there to there. You know what I mean? I've had a couple of clients wanted to come, and I'm just like, at first I was like excited about it. Like, ooh, my clientele is going to boost, but we can do it over the phone because I don't know who you've been around. I mean, not nothing personal, but I need to keep myself safe. This thing out here, people are dying, man. They're saying it's going to get worse before it gets better. So even my son, I'm like, I don't know if I want you coming over here because they say, 20 to 29-year-olds are carriers, and a lot of times these people don't even have symptoms. And I think that went to what Priscilla was saying in the chat earlier, was how many of us have already had this thing and not even known it. It's very possible. Let's see. SpongeBob Steve, I like having more time with my wife and kids. We're all home. Okay, that's nice. And it's nice, a normal home life where you can, communicate and respect each other's boundaries, enjoy family time, and just have that feeling of like security that your whole family is there and they're safe and you're, and everybody's together. So, let's see. Thai Team Truth. What are you talking about, girl? Let me scroll this thing down. Oh, well, sorry about that, D. Yeah, that is disappointing, D. But you know what? You guys are going to be okay. And you never know. This thing, I'm telling you, it's going to go as fast as it came. Even though it came sooner than we knew. We just found out about it. But this thing has been going around. They had a clip of Korean TV talking about it in 2018. Lola says, I work grocery stores. Oh, did you quit those two? Those are two jobs you quit? Those are the ones in the most demand. These are the people who are working overtime. You were like, nope, not me. I can't say that I blame you. If you can do it, girl. Yada yada. My mind is everywhere, to be honest. I'm worried about my family and children. Just pray for them, sis. Pray for them, cover them in love, and just hopefully inspire, influence, or talk to people who aren't listening to stay inside, because it's very easy to go, you know what, middle finger to all of this. I'm gonna keep doing me, because I think even in my last life I was like, keep living your life. I mean, I did stress to stay safe and follow precautions and be smart, but it's super easy to just take this time like a paid vacation, or some people are still getting paid to work from home, or like Lola working in the essential businesses. So you still have money coming in, you're still living your life. It's very easy to just say, you know what, I am still going to hang out. I'm going to have a party in my backyard. So we can't go to graduation. We're going to create our own here. People, we have a lot of different types of people in this world, and people think differently. So there's a lot of people who are thinking like that. I hope that there are more than not that are being safe. Let's see. Deep uncertainty. Despite the uncertainty, I'm chilling. Good, Lola. That's the attitude to have. Wayne, new people just came in, hit the like. Yeah, please hit the like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. So this is usually a little early. I wanted to come on even earlier today, but you know me, I'm usually late night. So I thought I'd jump on a little earlier in the day. I don't even know if other people are on that you guys, I was hoping not, because I'm like, that's the last thing I need is people think I'm just like trying to, be all shady and stuff. Never that. Let's see. D saying, I want all to attend to be safe and have a good time. And that's the best thing to do with regard to your wedding. And that's the other thing I was going to bring up about this time that's really sad. Not only the graduations that these seniors aren't going to be experiencing, but also people who are passing away. There are no funerals. People are not gathering at funerals or home-going services. And to, experience your passing, your death at a time where people are being told not to come outside, I guess in the afterlife, I don't think it matters much. The souls know what's going on, but for the loved ones, mind you, there are people who aren't even able to say goodbye to their loved ones because once they've been diagnosed, they're quarantined, and then if they don't make it, then there's no contact. And that also goes for the elderly who are at the senior homes and they aren't allowed visitors. So it's just a time to stay in prayer, to keep everyone and love in prayer also. But we were talking about R. Kelly, and let me look at my notes and see where we're at. Yeah, so R. Kelly, the virus, the R. Kelly virus. He's still in jail trying to get bond. The nerve of him. So, as we know, he's still in the Chicago's MCC, and I'm sure he's still snaking cell phones from guards, and he's in there living his life and doing what he does best. But for him to be out would just not be a good thing. So hopefully somebody is listening to this who has some sense and has some say so. Let's see, Priscilla. So many victims sending love, light, and peace. Blessings, yes. Leah, I've been binge watching shows on Hulu, but I'm tired of being in the house. I've been unpacking because we just moved a month ago. I've been self-reflecting, but I'm still bored. Yeah, self-reflecting can get boring. But I think at the end of your self-reflection, you have to have a goal or two. Like, if there's certain things you want to do in life, self-reflecting is a part of the process that gets you to where you need to be in that growth, where you're, in that growth stage. So, self-reflection can include, I don't know, like I mentioned in my video, vision boarding. I have a book. It's called I Am Manifesting. It's actually from a sister. She's got a YouTube channel. I don't have her name. I'll have to put the name of it in the description of the book. But I've been working with this book. It's been over a year. It's really thick. And a lot of things have come to pass in this book, my vision book. So vision boarding is good. I even have a coloring book. Sometimes I'll color just to keep my mind creative and, to keep some lightness in my mood. Board games, if you're, with family, or even games online. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of things you can do. Crossword puzzles, do things to keep your mind ticking. You don't want to, that's why I said reading is a good book is always fun, or at least for me, the nerd. People are behaving so irresponsibly, and this is why they're going to let the National Guard come and take over, because they're going to say, oh, well, you guys didn't listen. We told you. So, because they did have a video of these tanks coming into Los Angeles on a train, hundreds of them, what it looked like. So I'm definitely, kind of prepared for that. But we were talking about Joycelyn and, her being in jeopardy if, he is released to her. And I was hearing that there's rumors of her going back home. And I don't know if that has to do with this new motion being filed. Maybe somebody's trying to get us off track. Let's see. Aliyah, but I got to stay in the house because I have a compromised immune system, so I'm trying to stay safe. Yes, definitely stay in the house, please. Let's see. Miss Kim, yes, my niece came to my home and said she had a black eye. She is a pharmacy technician. I have her with me. Oh my gosh, Kim. What in the world? Okay, we'll have to talk. And I'm sending love over to y'all. Lots of love and light. Katina, use hot air from your hair dryer because it clears it. The virus settles in cool places. Okay, that's a good tip. Katina's saying use hot air from your hair dryer to clear, I'm assuming, spaces because it settles in cool places. It settles in cool places. That's interesting. Wayne, I don't miss work. I heard that, Wayne. I don't either, to be honest with you. I just don't like the gloom and doom that this has put upon people's minds and hearts. I personally feel this is a dress rehearsal, but I'll get to that. Dee said, Goddess, my son was mad that I said he's 32. I'm like, I don't know where you've been. Oh my God, that's funny. Priscilla, this will pass. Yes, this too shall pass, as everything typically does with time, right? Yeah, we don't miss work, that's for sure. I mean, it's good to have some structure though. So, for me, I'm sleeping in a little. I'm up late though. That's because I'm naturally a night owl. So I'm up late. So I'm getting up a little later. I'm not watching as much TV. I'm trying to, like I said, do a lot of more reading because I have so many books that I'm trying to catch up on. And my excuse was always work. So now I don't have that excuse, and I'm trying to, trying to do the right thing, for myself. Because I could watch TV and just waste my time away and look back, and this time's going to be gone. And then who knows what's on the other side of this time, We don't know what it's looking like. Valerie's saying, I'm staying in. Make sure everyone wash their hands. Yes, please, everybody wash your hands. Keep all your surfaces clean. Wear latex gloves. This is what I've been saying. I see a lot of people wearing masks, which, I don't know why they said masks don't help when it's keeping at least people safe from you, if not. But I typically will leave with the latex gloves on. Thai Team Truth, yes, they're not taking this serious, especially the young adult. Right. Yeah. Priscilla said, these YouTube streets are messy, messy, messy. Wait a minute, I lost it. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm looking in the chat, y'all. Don't mind me. Okay, here we go. These YouTube streets, messy, 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 very entertaining. I am so out of the loop. We're going to have to catch up. You're going to have to call me, sis, and tell me what's going on. I totally don't, I don't indulge in those other, the R. Kelly, as we call it, sector YouTubers. But I do like to know the tea. So, hit me up and let me know. What is Miss Kim? What are the middle fingers for? I'm going to ring bells for that, though. You got bells after them. I'm going to have to go chat and look for that. Oh, Katina, you work in the lab. So you're a crucial worker in this time. God bless you. Lola, what about these folks with this licking the toilet seat challenge? Right. I didn't know it was a challenge. I know that the one YouTuber, he did it and now he's in the hospital with the virus, right? That is so disgusting. I don't even understand. You would put your tongue, let alone, I wouldn't touch it, let alone put my tongue on it. Come on. Anybody doing that deserves anything they get. Lola, what about, D. He drives an 18-wheeler, owner-operator. He's out there filling up supermarkets and moving medical supplies. Wow. Sometimes he's able to come home and I make him Strip at the door. Wait, who are we talking about? Oh, okay. Until I saw that, I thought you were talking about your son. My bad. You're obviously talking about your man. Um, so he's definitely somebody we need right now, and I'm so thankful for him and others like him, people in the medical field, and the grocers, even the delivery drivers, everybody out there doing the thizzle for us. We got to give them bells. So I'm scrolling back on my music, sorry. But yeah, so let's see. Katina saying, I'm going to be creative at home. Yeah, this is a creative period. The planets are lined up as such. Please, hit the like if you haven't, hit subscribe and comment if you're on the replay. I appreciate you for checking me out if you're on the replay and in the bushes also. Joel Jackson, welcome. Greetings to you. Katina says, I'm just praying. Yeah, always keep praying. Mike Nice. Am I the only one who hit the like button? I appreciate you, Mr. 100. I don't know how they think of things like that challenge. That challenge is disgusting. And I mean, obviously these people don't have any other thing to do. You have a big platform with all these people watching and listening to your every move, and this is what you choose to show the world. I don't get it. I don't, but that's the world we live. Well, the world we lived in, because I think things are going to change. I don't know as far as YouTube entertainment and what direction, these people, they're saying that a lot of YouTube people are at home or, they're not really working. They don't have a lot of their staff. So I'm thinking a lot of people might even be getting away with more than usual on YouTube these days. Lola says, hats off to everyone, medical personnel worldwide. Keep them in your arms, God. Yes. Brianna is Pebbles. Welcome. Welcome. Aaliyah, I wish people would stop blaming millennials for licking toilets and still going out to bars and the beach because millennial asses is 30 in the house. It's not us. It might be some of y'all. I'm just messing with you. It's all kind of dumb people. It don't matter how old. There's a lot of people out there who do dumb things. They don't look out for themselves, or they only look out for themselves, or they think they're looking out for themselves and really they're endangering, others at the same time. Thank you guys for shouting out the Cash App for the Warrior Fund. This is definitely a crucial time. So yeah, any donations are welcome. Lola, he would be a virus walking around in a virus. Katina says, Joycelyn did a post of him trying to contact Azriel. What? Where was this, on Twitter? Or Joycelyn did a post, on Instagram? Do we know it was really Joycelyn? Valerie says, wow, Smelly Kelly got some kind of nerve. Yeah, he got a lot of nerve trying to get bond because of the virus, like he's somebody special. I don't think so. Let's see my notes and where we're at with this whole conversation. Yeah, I mentioned the suicide pact that, I just really don't think that his attorneys realize, or, when they filed this thing, do they not understand the patterns that he's already laid out for us to see who he is? Patterns of a person, behavior patterns, are something that don't lie. You can always look at a person's behavioral patterns over history. And not to say people can't change, but his patterns lead up to the front door of the jail at this point. There's been no growth as far as I can tell. And his patterns are still, in line with the ones in the past. So But yeah, the safety for Azriel and other witnesses, that has to be considered. It's just a bad idea. And, they asked again that Leinenweber, the Illinois federal judge, hold his call until Ann Donnelly, the New York federal judge, makes her ruling, because otherwise he could end up in the New York jail instead, which would be a worse condition for him, being that he would be removed from his home turf, right? But I'm curious about your thoughts on this. I think Twitter let me know that I'm not alone in my sentiment, and here in the chat too. It's like, nah, son. He's in the worst place right now too. For all the stuff to be going on in the world, he's in jail. And he did it to himself. He might not survive, y'all. I mean, I'm not wishing death. Not that he doesn't deserve it, but, it's just not in my spirit to do that. But, dude, he did this to himself. So anybody out there trying to say, oh, he's being treated inhumanely and he's being kidnapped and this, that, and the other, well, you need to really, really wake up. You need to wake up and look at his past and look at his patterns and, look at all the evidence they have against him. Lola said, I love coloring. Yeah. Aaliyah, I am manifesting. I will Google that and find out the author. Yeah, I think it's called a manifestation journal or something like that. But she's on YouTube and she's a sister. Priscilla said he's still pulling strings from behind bars. Yeah, I agree. Valerie says she's watching Netflix. Aaliyah says, I love reading and writing. Writing is a passion of mine. They're about to do martial law on us. She just threw that in there. Oh, they're about to do martial law, by the way. Oh, yeah. There's the celebrity aspect of this is interesting, too. I think they use the celebrities to push their agenda. I think they do hire them to claim they have the virus publicly. Because, 1 minute people are out here like, oh, black people can't catch it, or people of color, or whatever. Next thing you know, Idris Elba says he has it. Kevin Durant, I think he was actually the first. Tom Hanks was the first celebrity, I think, that we were kind of like, what? Prince Charles, he's been diagnosed, and, he's around Queen Elizabeth, and she's in her 90s, so she might die. I mean, not like that, but I'm just keeping it real. They're not allowing any gatherings out here in California outside whatsoever. They had a press conference today. They give a press conference every day. The churches, the beaches, the picnics, nothing is open. I mean, you can't congregate for anything. All non-essential businesses are ordered closed. We're told to stay home outside grocery or medical needs, or unless you're going to work for an essential business or you're, an essential worker. So Trump today, he signed that $2 million stimulus package. So y'all getting y'all money then. They said that you gotta, I think they said if you have your bank account with the IRS already, then you'll get your money faster than if you get it by check. It'll take like a couple weeks for the checks to come in. But I guarantee you, they're not gonna just give money out and not want nothing back from you now. Now I think this virus testing is some DNA pull of some sort. I know I said I wasn't going to get into conspiracy theories, but it's kind of in my nature. So, but yeah, this stimulus package is the first of its kind, $2 trillion, and it's supposed to cover the economy for this period that we're down. And, individuals and families are supposed to be getting checks. The military's coming in, as I mentioned before. There's hundreds of tanks on their way into LA as of yesterday. I'm sure they're here at this point. I don't know where they're all going. I guess they're spreading them all out all over California. In my opinion, this thing is going to last a couple or a few months. And in some circumstances, it may be longer to get back to, whatever that was. But I think it's a dress rehearsal or a test run for a future event, a drill. Maybe another virus scare, because that Sylvia Brown, that psychic Sylvia Brown, she used to be on the Montel Williams show. She predicted in her book before she passed that a virus was going to come and go, come quick and leave quick, but it's going to come back later and stay for a long time. And so, you know, let me get in the chat here. Lola said the news talks about how China combated corona with a strong military presence to make people line in to just get in line to decrease the spread. Yeah, they were showing footage of Chinese workers going through the streets with looked like steam cleaners, but it might have been disinfectant of some sort. That was they were spraying it throughout the streets, on the trains, like spraying it everywhere. It looked crazy, but yeah, this is like the universe or God telling the world to wipe your ass. Like, you guys are dirty. You've been treating the earth like crap. I'm going to topple this whole system over, and we're going to start over again, because you guys have moved so far away from what we intended, or what I intended for this world to be. So be prepared for more earthly disasters, earthquakes and such. And be prepared for the economy to be shaken up a little more, as far as the dollar, the value of the dollar going down. I think the Dow was up the other day. It's because anytime, and there's a lot of war stuff happening behind the curtain too. There's missile strikes between us and Iran last week, I think it was. I've been posting this stuff on my Instagram, and sometimes on my community page on YouTube. I'll throw something up there. Follow me on all my channels, though, on my platforms, because I post different things on different platforms, just depending on my mood. So like what you see on Twitter, you might not see on Instagram, vice versa, as well as my stories, as well as here on YouTube. So check me out. Let's see. Something's going on with Miss Kim. Oh, with her niece. Kim, her boyfriend is a punk driving her car. She was late for work today. Oh my gosh. People are acting fools. The expert genius. Hello and welcome. Peter forever. They can keep that check and forgive my tax bill. Okay. I heard that. Aliyah, yep, a book of Revelation in the Bible. Mrs. Wells. Hi, Mrs. Wells. Good to see you. I hope things get better soon. This is horrible globally. People don't have money. I know we're in the last days, and this was foretold in the Bible. Amen. It's in Revelations. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think this is a dress rehearsal for the real thing to come. I do feel that something similar like this, maybe it's going to be the same virus. I don't know. Maybe 2021, 2022. But as of right now, I kind of feel like this thing is gonna leave us, and they're gonna assimilate things. Things are not going to be exactly as they were for in certain areas of life. I mean, that's just what it is. But I do feel like this is the time to look at how you fared during this time, and see what improvements you can make personally for another next time. So if this were to happen again, what changes would you make based on your experience right now? Would you be more prepared with your canned goods, the stuff that you don't expire right away, your toiletries and stuff like that? Would you have more money available on hand? This is the time to buy gold too, because that's never gonna fail you. Gold, but the dollar will. Priscilla said this prophecy is coming down the pike. This as well. Stress levels are increasing, so is domestic violence in my area. It's really sad. It's really sad. We got to keep these people in prayer. If you hear or see things going on too, please don't turn your back or turn on your recorder and just to get it put online for a viral moment. Please make a phone call on behalf of the person that's in danger. Do what you can. I wouldn't say step in personally. Obviously, we don't want to endanger ourselves, but please don't turn a blind eye when you see other people being hurt. Lola says, I believe it is Governor Cuomo says it's times like this that reveals folks' true character. Yes. That's actually something I was going to bring up. From your employer to even your own family members, this, and our political quote unquote leaders, this is a time where you're going to see people who have these positions and roles in life of authority. This is where you see who steps up and who does, actually take the call and charge. This is where you really do see people's true character too. I'm sure there's, they were talking about this on something I was watching. They were saying there's going to be a lot of divorces because, a lot of truths are going to come out during this time because, if you're forced to spend time at home more than usual and you're not usually at home and you're married and maybe you spending time somewhere else. Well, that somewhere else is also going to be trying to kick up some dust because they're feeling away. You can't come over here. And I am talking about cheating spouses. But I'm just saying that this is going to change households. It also might bring people together. Maybe there's couples out there who realize that this is what they needed to know, that they want to be together. So maybe we'll see more marriages. We're definitely going to see some babies. We're going to see some COVID-19 babies, or some quarantine babies, I think is what we're going to call them, by the end of this year. Let's see, something about Mary's Melanin. Welcome back. Let me scroll up to your comment. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, Mecklenburg County. It's over 200 cases here already, and we know we have a 5 p.m. curfew unless you have letters from the U.S. Treasury saying you're out and about for work. Wow. Okay, well, that's good to know. I'm wondering what's going on out in the world. We have those letters also. My son has one from his job because he's an essential worker. But I saw the letter. He showed it to me a few days ago, and I said, oh, well, that means we're definitely going to be told to stay in the house. If you have to have a letter that you're an essential worker and you have permission by the president or the governor, whoever says on the letter, it's a serious situation. Yes, as Katina is saying, on top of what I said, please report domestic violence. I stand for me, Powell. Hey, Powell. It's been a long time. Welcome back. Mrs. Wells, it feels good to be on the chat with others. Everyone here I can relate to outside of my home. I really don't talk to a whole lot of people. Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Lola, I'm so glad I'm single right now. Yes. I'm not exactly single, but I'm single in physical form, but I'm not necessarily single. So it doesn't really affect me too much. But, I'm definitely not complaining. I'm not complaining at all about my current situation. I hope and pray, Aaliyah is saying, I hope and pray that marriages withstand this, especially those with young babies at home. Yeah, I agree. Mrs. Wells, in New Orleans, it is the epicenter for coronavirus. I think I read that about Louisiana in general. Why? I don't know why they're saying that. Is it just really a lot of cases there? Yada yada, abortion clinics are closed. Definitely more babies. Oh gosh. Wow, I didn't even think about that. So they closed it seemed like abortion clinics would be an essential business. Any medical facility. But I guess there are doctors. They were saying that they had about 2,000 volunteers here in LA when they called for them to go online and volunteer services. So I guess doctors from abortion clinics are part of the non-working medical staff. That's crazy. Well, anybody who's not trying to have babies right now, you know what you need to do. There's plenty of ways to prevent these things. We're not going to talk about specifics, but I will say you got to do more than just do pulling out now. Come on. Mrs. Wells, Louisiana trajectory is bad for the number of people infested with the coronavirus. Okay. Leah, I want to be quarantine bae. I'm lonely. I want a quarantine bae. Well, it's a little late because if you didn't know them before the quarantine and you weren't bait up or booed up at that point, then this is not the time to go find somebody now, unless you got a test on hand. Priscilla said, play the music that makes you feel good. Oh, yeah, I'm dancing around the house every day. I'm definitely doing that. So, yeah, definitely any type of physical anything is good. I think, Leah, it was you that said you tired of being inside. I mean, I don't think you cannot go like out on the front, like steps or anything like that in the front yard or backyard, right? Get some air. Make sure you're getting some air, at least 10 minutes of sun a day. Don't just hold up in the house where you're not, in touch with any type of nature now. Priscilla, Mardi Gras. Oh, Mardi Gras. Incubation period. Yeah. So Mardi Gras this was happening around now, right? Or in March? Yeah. They don't want to waste the what, Lola? Yada Dada says strap up. That's right. Strap TF up, please. If you don't want to have a quarantine baby, because we're gonna see a boom. Priscilla, here in Florida, all the tourists gonna make the numbers jump. You guys are out there at the beaches wilding out. I saw y'all on the news. Lola says, I can't imagine dating out here in this climate. Right. I hear you. Aaliyah, I know I will stay safe and single for now. I think you can literally say safe and single in the same sentence, like, because it's a thing. If you've been single, you're safe. Mrs. Wells, I walk 4 to 6 miles per day around the neighborhood. That's really good. There's something about Mary's melanin. Okay, you and Peter have a conversation. Oh, she's saying they're doing roadblocks to check for those papers. Ooh, yeah, that's when it's bad, when they're stopping you on the street to ask you for paperwork or ask you about why you're out. Somebody tweeted, I think Toon, some of you guys might know him. He tweeted that his friend got pulled over in Inglewood, which is out here where I'm at. Well, I'm not in Inglewood, but in California. That a police officer pulled her over and asked her where she was going or coming from. And I guess she didn't have a good enough excuse, and he gave her a $400 ticket. Now, I'm not trying to get $400 tickets stacked up out here because I'm trying to be out and about. Now, I don't understand why she couldn't have just said she was going to get something to eat or going to, pick up a prescription. I don't know. If there's anything, it seems like you can say something to get you out of that ticket. Maybe she was caught off guard. She wasn't prepared. And of course, I'm not promoting just being an old lion and a heifer out here in the streets. But when it comes to getting tickets, $400 tickets for something stupid, yeah. Yada Dada said $500 tickets in Detroit. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. So let me just go through my notes, and then I think we're gonna take some calls. If anybody wants to call in, Priscilla, maybe you could put the number up. The 800. I don't know the number, so I think you had it though. Let me make sure that line is on. I'm gonna turn it on when I'm ready, but let me just make sure I cover everything. So make sure, you guys got to use your inner compass during this time. Don't just fall for any old okie doke. There's a lot of scams going on right now too. A lot of email scams and online scams. Okay, so just be very careful. Don't be giving your information out to people you don't know. I don't care how good what they're talking about sounds. And typically when it involves money and strangers, those two things don't typically mix. So please be smart. Um, don't follow and listen to people who are obviously themselves either lost or who consider themselves, who have a God complex. There's a lot of people out there with a God complex. They think they are the end all be all to everything, and nobody is. So, people who don't have empathy or concern for other people, you should not be following these type of people. I'm saying prayers up for Powell, so I don't know what's going on, but prayers out to you, Powell. Sending you love. You never even hit me back anyway. I was expecting a call from you, young lady. I'm putting you on blast, yes. Let's see. So I said I was going to touch real quick on the planetary alignments and what's going on in this last part of March. So as of March 21st, Saturn migrated over into Aquarius, and for this, you want to pay attention. It's an exciting time, but it is also a time for restrictions, limitations, obstacles, and challenges, more disciplined and mature walls and barriers, obligations, commitments, responsibilities. And I think that's also lined up with what's going on in the world. We're getting these things placed upon us as people. So the planets are speaking to that. Let's see. It's affecting a couple of the houses, the 7th house in relationships, and the 8th house, which is death, debt, shadowy, shared resources, and other people's money. So that comes to like inheritances and things like that. So just know that this is a time where you have to make sure all your business is in order, your I's are dotted, and your T's are crossed. You always want to make sure that anyway, but this is a real specific time where people are going to be affected. And maybe not so much because of what's going on out here in the world. I know the governor for California had just announced today that there's going to be, what is it called, a deferment. He's saying that he doesn't want anyone evicted. That order is in place until May 31st. So people who are worried about being evicted, or if you're not, up to date on your mortgage or rent, you have till May 31st. It sounds like in California at least. So with that being said, you don't want to get in a hole though. I don't know if they're wiping your debt clean until May. You're probably just going to have to owe a lot more money if you're not paying it. But maybe they'll, have some type of forgiveness where you can have balloon payments at the end of your terms or something like that. Just be very careful. As I said in my reading that I did, it's on my page. Be careful with taking things and not knowing what you're expected to give back in its place. Someone's calling, so let's answer. This is Goddess Dawn Live. Who's on the line?
Hey, Goddess, this is Lola.
Lola, what's happening, Mama? How are you?
Girl, nothing. Just chilling. Just riding this wave.
Riding this wave. So what you want to share with us today?
Well, one thing I was thinking about, and I know that you're a spiritual person, and I was just tripping out over this right here. We went into 2020 as we do with any other new year, with high hopes and high expectations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a trip to me that whether this was originated in a lab or whether this did indeed come from a bat, it just amazes me that it happened around the time of the Chinese Lunar New Year, where it will be millions of people in one place at one time to contract that and take it to the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely something to go, because you're right. This is a time where
and
go ahead.
No, I was just saying, it was people there, for a short amount of time to go and disperse to all parts of the world. And here we are now.
Oh yeah. So you're saying basically that it was set up that way. It was like
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is how it just unfolded, how it happened.
So you don't feel that the
So
agenda,
just
you don't feel that
take
that
it.
was something that was in place, that they already have pre-planned that. Like, okay, well,
Well, whether whether it was or not, and if it was planned, it was kind of genius, don't you think?
well, there a lot of people are saying that these things, this agenda that is unfolding before our eyes, it has been in place for hundreds, like a long time, years and years and years up to this point. So, you know, you can't really, it doesn't really
Right.
matter at this point because there's nothing we could do about that. All we can do is take care of ourselves and, make sure we don't get caught up and swept up in those graves. They got mass graves they're planning out here. There's a lot of deaths that they're predicting.
Wow.
Yeah. You see
Well, anyway,
these
I
naval
just want.
ships too. These naval ships that have come in. They have one here in California, I think one in New York and Virginia. I know they have these huge naval ships they're being used as hospitals, but I also feel they're going to be used to maybe dump bodies too. I'm just saying.
Wow. Wow. But anyway, I just want everyone just to stay safe and just stay mindful, and we just gotta let. I don't know who all believe in God or whatever. That's what I believe in.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a higher power for you, whatever, just let this thing do what it's doing right now and get out the way.
That's right. I agree. Thank you for calling in, Lola.
All right, girl.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you. Y'all stay safe.
Love you too. You too. I'm going to take this call.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. God, Goddess on live. Who's on the line?
It's Katina. Hello, Goddess.
Well, hello.
Blessed to talk to you today. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored. I can't complain.
That's right.
I think, yes, I think what's surprising, well, it's not really surprising, but what's coincidental is how this came about during the course of an election.
Yep, that too. Mm-hmm.
And for those of us, it's really, we have to remain calm and get as much information as possible so we can know how to protect ourselves. I'm thankful that I am in the medical field because there's a lot of stuff that you can learn on preventive measures.
Mm-hmm.
One thing is one of the telltale signs of how you may feel that you may have the virus is if you have a dry cough. Now, if you have a cough where there's phlegm, then that's not necessarily a sign of the virus. But ways of preventing it, we just got to go back to the old-fashioned methods that our parents had. Hot water kills this virus.
Okay.
What happens with this virus is that it crystallizes in cool parts of the body. So that's mainly the arteries and the sinus cavities that's right between the eyes. So that's why you take the hot blow dryer, you spray your face with some water, and you take the hot blow dryer and you hold it up to the nasal passage, and you hold it there for about a couple of hours if you can catch this virus. Another thing that kills the virus that a lot of people are unaware of, yes, simple things, stomach acid. The acidic acid that's in your stomach that breaks down your food kills this virus. So if you should catch this virus, here's the trick in it. When you lay down, that's when the virus crystallizes in the body. But when you get up and you start moving around, it'll cause you to throw up. The acidic acid from your stomach can kill this virus when you throw it. That's why the airways clear up after you've thrown up from having this virus.
Okay.
China did China did the autopsies on 9. Now, it's here in the States they have not yet done autopsies on the people who passed away from the virus. China actually did the autopsy on 9 coronavirus corpses. And they found that the virus actually crystallizes in the body in cool places of the body. This is why, here too, I have concerns with if this was actually created in a lab. Because if you think about it, how many viruses that you know of crystallizes in the body?
Wow.
Okay, you have to think about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, these are just tips and things that you could use. You think back on our parents when they would make the hot soup and we drink that. We've gotten away from that.
Right.
You know, a lot of us like microwavable quick things.
Yeah.
Boil you some hot water. Make your hot soup, your hot teas, hot take oranges, slice them up, boil them. Vitamin C, that works to kill this virus. And these are not just hoaxes. This is actually what works. Hot water kills the virus because it goes through different parts of the body, and the virus cannot withstand those things. So it's important that if you happen to catch the virus, get up and move around. Because even if you have surgery, if you think about it, for those of us who have had surgery, if you lay there, your legs the blood will clot in your legs. That's why they have the massage things on your legs after surgery to keep the blood from clotting. So if you're just laying there, yeah, it's going to clot. So you have to get up and move around. You have to move around so that your blood can circulate, so that, you know, you can get some activity going in the body that will cause you to throw up, and that will cause that virus to die because it's acidic acid coming in from the stomach.
Wow.
So those are things you have to, you know, that you can think about that will help. I'm hoping this will be helpful information.
It's very helpful information. Yes, thank you so much for sharing. Sharing that I was caught off guard because I didn't realize you were so informed. So thank you so much though for sharing that. I'm gonna have to go back and put this information in the description. This was good stuff. So, well, thank you for your work. We appreciate you so much for doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank God. I just thank Him for giving us the strength to be able to muster through all of this and help others. I've also been with the Red Cross for over 25 years, so I've been a disaster relief worker for quite some time.
Okay.
But
God bless
if you guys run out of, if they run out of hand sanitizer, aloe, alcohol, and lotion. You mix that together. Just a regular aloe vera.
Okay.
Alcohol and lotion. It kills it. I'm done.
Aloe, alcohol, and lotion. Any kind of lotion?
Yeah, aloe vera gel.
Okay, yeah, I have aloe vera plant, so that's okay.
Yeah, that's even better. You cut the leaf open, scrape the gel out, put it in a bottle, put 1/3 alcohol, because alcohol kills everything. And then you can use a vitamin E lotion or oil for moisture in the skin, because what you don't want your skin to do is crack, because therein you're leaving cracked, open spaces in the skin for the virus to dwell. So you want to put a lotion on so that it can protect the skin. But vitamin E always works. A vitamin E oil or something like that with the aloe. And if you spray down your knobs with bleach and water, or with Lysol, do not wipe the doorknobs off. Let it sit there and dry naturally. That's what kills the virus.
What? I just learned something else.
Yes.
I totally wiped mine down. Okay, good to know. Don't wipe the knobs down. Just let the spray settle. Okay. The bleach.
Yes.
Okay, and water. Awesome. Yay. You just blessed us today.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Somebody, wait, real quick before you go, Katina, somebody was asking if sweating is good. If you're sweating it out.
Yes, it does help to sweat it out. Where you could make like the hot toddy. You know, like when you normally have the flu.
Yeah.
You make that hot toddy with the alcohol and the tea, the hot tea. It will cause you to sweat, but then after you sweat, don't get around other people, because of course that will make it even more contagious. But get in the bathroom, take your shower, bathe that sweat out, and then you can, and then wipe yourself down. I mean, you have to do these things. I would even do an alcohol rub, because it doesn't necessarily burn the skin. But if you think back when we were younger and we got things, when we had mumps, I grew up with mumps and chicken pox. We didn't have the chicken pox shot at that time. I think it just had come out with the millennials. They had the chicken pox shot, but before then, we just had to catch the chicken pox. We just had to catch the measles.
Right.
Our parents did what? Rub this down with Vicks vapor rub and alcohol.
Okay.
The old-fashioned method. And I think about my mom. You know, she's a Native American, and she had us drinking herbal teas and stuff growing up. So we rarely, think about it, we rarely had to go to a doctor because we were drinking. I'm not trying to slight medicine, you know, because I work in the medical field, but we resorted back to the old-fashioned method. And I started, you know, just going back to the old-fashioned things because with the virus, you really cannot take an antibiotic to get rid of it. A virus has to go through its process. It's a virus. It enters the cells. And what happens with the coronavirus is it has patches on what I call tentacles, and that's what attaches to different cells in the body. That's what gets into the cell. It attaches to different cells in the body, and it permeates the cell, and then it replicates itself. So what you want to do, because the other blood cells are trying to fight it off. So if you have something like hot liquids, or you cause yourself to, you throw up and you get up and you start moving around and you throw up, the acidic acid that's coming from your stomach will kill that virus, because when it does get into the stomach, it dies. Because your stomach is full of acid that kills food, that breaks the food down.
Okay.
So, yeah, after you sweat it, if you sweat it out, yes. But after you sweated it out, get in that shower and wash that off and wash your clothes, because detergent also kills the virus also. You can wash them in the laundry, and it'll kill the virus. So those are things that are very essential in knowing. And once you kind of step back for a minute and look at it from the outside, then you kind of, without panicking, and just stay calm and look at, okay, what are some ways I can fight this if this should happen? You know, a lot of people, that's why they say children with asthma, people with underlying problems and issues, you have to mainly watch them, because it lodges in the cool places of the body and it crystallizes, and that's what makes you feel like you can't breathe. So that's why you get the hot, that's why you get the hot blow dryer. Or if you don't have a hair dryer, which I don't have mine, but I have a hot heater, I will sit down and put my face in that heater and let that heat go through my sinuses and parts of the eye. Now, why they say the mask doesn't work is because your eyes are still exposed to the virus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why they say the mask doesn't work. Now, the masks that do work are the ones that have the eye shield that protects the eyes as well.
Okay. Which where do you even get those?
Yeah. You can, now, for those who know how to sew, you can use certain cotton, or filtered cotton, and you can actually make your mask. But if you make them, I would get a pair of honest little cheap eye goggles and use those as well to protect my eyes. I'm not trying to make everybody go into a panic, but those are some of the things you can use to protect your eyes, because that's why they're saying, okay, well, you know, I'm getting a mask, but no, your eyes are still exposed.
Right, that's the thing.
You know, and a lot of people don't realize that, and they think, well, you know, and then you can get a mask that's porous. So the porous mask will absorb this virus. So you have to really be careful in the choices that you make and what you choose to protect your face and your eyes. Those things, I would think more of those, I don't want to sit everybody into, but just look and research, what would better suit you. And for those of us who don't have the money to just buy masks, because they are running out of them, and they're trying to save them for medical staff, because honestly, God, we need those masks. Because, we have people that are coming in combative, they're coming in scared, they're coming in, honestly, they don't know to cough into their elbow. They're coughing into their hands, and they're putting their hands in your face when they're talking. So we definitely, I face some serious issues. I can't really discuss leadership anymore.
Right. Wow.
And that's why that's elbow bumping. No, that's not a good thing, because you cough into your elbow.
Right.
So the foot bump, that's because those are the reasons why they're saying those things. A lot of people are not listening. They're coughing in their elbow, and then you're doing elbow bump. No. You're coughing into the inner part of your arm, and you go to rub somebody's elbow, guess what? You're spreading it again.
Oh, wow.
It's going to get a little, yeah. And you got to think about the people who already donated blood, not realizing that they had the virus.
Oh, wow. That's another thing. Yes, I didn't even think of that. Wow, that's
They
crazy.
donated plasma, not realizing that they had the virus.
Right.
They realized you make medicines out of those things.
What about people who are saying that?
It-
What about people who are non-symptomatic or who say they don't have symptoms, but yet they tested positive, which I don't understand why they were tested if we're short of tests, if they didn't even have symptoms. But I've heard that some people don't even have, like somebody in the chat said that we all might have even had it already.
Yeah, asymptomatic. That means that you're not showing any signs of the virus. That's just like how HIV is in some people. You can carry HIV for 10 years before you know that you have it.
Right.
So, a lot of people, they don't realize that even like in the plasma centers, we don't immediately use your blood or use your plasma away. We hold it for 2 years. But now it stays frozen for 2 years before we actually use it.
Okay.
And that's to make sure that there are no diseases. But think about it. How many people have already donated? And we've taken this and spun it down and put it in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
And, now we're subject to, we're subject to be exposed to it because we have to test the plasma again. But of course, we use our PPE all the time. So,
wow.
In the plasma centers, we're completely masked down. We got 2 layers of things on.
Please be safe.
And our jacket and our gloves.
Yes, please be safe and use all of your protective measures. I've seen somebody in the chat said their son works at a hospital, Priscilla. Her son works at a hospital and says some workers got fired for stealing masks. They didn't have enough for the nurses and the docs. So it sounds like you're well prepared where you work. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm hearing people are donating, like Rihanna, supposedly, some other celebrities are donating masks and equipment. So hopefully, and other companies that aren't usually making these things have volunteered to make these things. So hopefully, we'll get enough out for everybody to be safe. Thank you so much for giving us all those tips.
You're so welcome. If anybody needs DP monitors, the barometers, the triage, I do know of a company where we are supplying that. So I have I guess I could probably inbox you my number if you need some information on where they can get supplies. But we had the last thing that we had supplies on was the risk barometers for triage. So a lot of people don't realize that they are going to need those because we got so many people coming into the hospital. Yeah, they're going to need those for triage. They say they're a little fickle, but no, the risk barometers, they're the best thing because they go right on the wrist. They measure everything down to the number, and they help very well with triage. And, I mean, it's a lot easier to carry those around than a big BP barometer everywhere you go because if the hospitals are getting packed, and we're going to have to start probably going into the lobbies to triage people. So,
my goodness. Well, you definitely got our support. And yeah, if you want this number that you called, you can actually text or call this number. So you can text me any information here if you want. And I can put it in the description of the video. Yeah.
I can text it at this. Okay, I can text it at this number?
Yes.
Okay, I'll text you some of what we have.
Thank you.
If anyone is in need of them or any medical facilities are in need of them, I'll text you my information so they can know how to get back in contact with us because we have, I think we have 525 barometers left.
Okay, perfect. Yes, share that info and I'll share it in the description here. And yeah, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for calling with that info. Yeah. My people are smart.
No worries. Well, I'm glad to be a part of your family.
Yes, you are. Absolutely. Okay. You're a warrior. Okay. Thank you so much, Katina. We appreciate you and love you.
You're welcome.
Okay. See you in the chat.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Oh, she's so cute. Bye. So cute. So smart. I love it. Well, look, that was a lot of information that she shared. And, If you're in the replay, I was gonna say, if you're in the replay to go in the chat, but I guess it doesn't matter because she was on the phone. So don't mind me. I'm a little bit off just from that. Took me off guard. I wasn't expecting all of that amazing information. So now I know who to call when we need some. And you know, Miss Kim, she's also pretty good with giving us medical info too. Well, me personally on other stuff. So I have to give credit where credit is due. Everybody that I know that I deal with here are you guys are smart cookies. But real quick, back to the planetary stuff. On March 22nd, Mars entered into Pluto, excuse me. And this actually you might have seen some frustrations and fights and relationship fights. I know I did on this day and didn't realize it till after I actually saw this information that it was really under that planetary alignment. There could be power struggles. That combination is also destructive. It heats and causes conflict. So that was March 22nd. March 23rd, there was a new moon in Aries. And that's and it's the 10th house of career. It's creating, and it's also relationships in the workplace that this affects. And a lot of us aren't in the workplace, so you know, there's that. March 30th, that's upcoming. March enters Aquarius, and it's also joining Saturn there. Something might happen that will be a bigger deal at the end of the year. This was from an astrologer, and I don't have their name here, but I'm saying that you should be asking what's best for me at this time. So to, you know, do things on your own terms. There's going to be a big energy shift, and the eighth house is affected. So it heads things up, it severs, it cuts, it separates, also represents financial obligations. It's tricky to deal with, but nothing compared to when it's in the seventh house, which was the prior week. So if you had some things happen to you last week or the week before in the financial aspect of your life, things should be looking up. But the rest of this month does prove to be, you know, a little challenging in a lot of areas. So just keep yourself safe and, you know, stay prayed up. Do everything that you know as the smart person that you are to, you know, keep yourself in a good space. And that is not putting yourself in any, you know, unnecessary, dangerous positions or things like that. Again, shout out to all of our medical professionals out there who are risking their lives, or even our people who are in the grocery stores, our truck drivers, and people working in manufacturing who are getting us those paper towels and those things that we need, the toilet tissue and all. So what else do I have here? So yeah, this is the beginning of the astrological new year. Spring is, we're ushering into spring. It's a whole new cycle as far as this, you know, the decade, the era. So despite the situation that's happening, and I know that just because the masses, you know, as a whole, I would say that everyone's not really vibrating on a high level. So as a whole, this time is going to be looked at as the corona, you know, after corona, before corona and after corona. So BC and AC are going to be the times marked for this disease based on, you know, the things that are happening as a result. So it's the best time to do certain things like work on improving your current habits, adding new ones, dropping old ones, tweaking and upgrading, you know, just basically leveling up. And that goes for you, Robert Sylvester Kelly, if you're listening. Level up. Finally do the right thing. Confess your sins. You know? So let me see if there's anything in the chat to address before I get on out of here. Let's see. Miss Kim, love you, sis. Thank you. Love and blessings and peace to us all in good health. And for us to be safe, I have to go because I'm driving. Oh, you're driving, girl. I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. Love and appreciate you, sis. Be safe out there, please. Everybody, please be safe. Love and prayers for Hot Rod. Are you calling her Hot Rod? So unless there is anyone else that wants to call in or any other things you want to address, I think I have said everything that I wanted to say today. But, you know, I love you guys and I appreciate all of you very much. Thank you to my mods for having my back as always, and to my people, my warriors, my truthers who come in here and bless me with your presence, your time. You know what I mean? Praying for all of you, sending you love and light. Hit that like button if you haven't. Subscribe also if you're in the replay. Thank you. Get in that comment section. Let me know, what's going on with you during this trying time, this challenging time. And yeah, till next time. Peace, y'all.